You know, a really grueling body workout where you push yourself hard can be both a mental and physical fight with yourself. It hurts, but it feels so good afterwards. But what about a mind-body workout where you don't have to do anything at all and you can do it anywhere, anytime? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, want to know the hardest part? Actually making the time to do it.
Breathing gently down to our back and then just through to our heart and just sit there with the awareness on our heart.
Nicho, there are so many different types of meditation out there. Could you run me through some of the most popular?
There are a lot of types of meditation, and I think this is something that can get a bit confusing for people, really, but they fall into two buckets. A lot of meditations, if we look at them historically or culturally, come from monastic techniques. They come from temples. There are also techniques that fit into a householder bucket. We call it a householder bucket, which is people who are families, society, community, and those techniques by tradition can more be applied to people who have busy lives. Now, what people often try and do is they're trying to maybe apply monastic techniques, and we're living these modern busy lives, and sometimes so people get a bit confused by that because maybe they think they should take an hour to do qigong on the beach, or they've got to go and sit in silence for, an hour. And a lot of the monastic techniques are quite hard to apply to modern life. Breathing into that, feeling that awareness. From here, we expand to an awareness of this country, of our home. So we basically would like to find a technique that would enable us to apply it during our day and not feel like it's cut into all of the other things that we do. So I teach a technique called Vedic Meditation. That's spelled V-E-D-I-C. And we take 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the afternoon or the evening and sit comfortably anywhere. And in a very short period of time, we can release stress, fatigue. Fantastic.
Well, I want to talk more about that, the Vedic meditation. Is this derived from Ayurvedic, health principles? What's its history?
So the Veda, V-E-D-A, is a body of knowledge. And Ayurveda, which you've just mentioned, is actually part of that body of knowledge. And there are other streams of knowledge under the Veda, but Vedic meditation comes from the Veda as well. So it sits alongside Ayurveda as a body of knowledge which relates to meditation. Ayurveda is a body of knowledge which relates to our health and our body and those types of things. So yes, it's the same source, the Veda. Taking in cultures, people, states.
Let's break it down then. In our morning Vedic meditation of 20 minutes, are we letting thoughts come in and out of our mind? Are we saying anything in particular? Are we following a rule book? How does that 20 minutes look?
So the 20 minutes is we're sitting comfortably, just like you and I are now, and our eyes are closed. And Vedic meditation is a mantra-based practice. So we think a sound, a mantra, has no meaning to it, but it allows our mind to rest and our body starts to release stress. And when our body releases stress, we'll actually find ourselves thinking during meditation, which is fine, which is good, because stress is coming out. And all we do is we favour this little mantra that we've been given, and our mind can rest further. We might release fatigue, our head might drop because we're actually starting to rest deeply. And in 20 minutes, it's a combination. Think the mantra, release some stress, which we might find ourselves thinking, and release a little bit of fatigue.
All right, so think the mantra. Absolutely not making noise.
No noise.
And the mantra is something that I create, or am I given?
So you're given the mantra by a teacher. So a Vedic meditation teacher, you attend a course, and on the first evening, the teacher will perform a little ceremony, which is kind of nice. And then each person receives an individualized mantra privately with the teacher, and then they're instructed how to use it over the course, over the duration of the course. And now we've starting to get an awareness of Earth in its entirety, and we can picture ourselves looking back on Earth from space.
And then moving forward, what does it look like on the longer picture?
So it's about managing stress short-term and long-term, because we accrue stress in our body all the time. And if we don't get that stress out long-term, stress will turn into inflammation. Inflammation turns into disease. So we're going to start that whole process of being healthier when we meditate regularly and get stress out of the body. But as it relates to sleep, a lot of people find themselves, they will sit there and say, I can't sleep well. I'm awake from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. As you would know, really that's the body actually kind of waking up in the certain organs that have to turn around and do work at night. And people think it's their mind that's active, but it's really their body keeping them awake. And so people then find when they learn to meditate properly, they release the stress during the day, the body starts to rest and repair, and when it comes to lying horizontal, our sleep changes substantially when we have a good daily meditation technique.
If you're someone who's been curious about Vedic meditation or meditation in general, maybe start with something like this, because you don't need any equipment. You can do it anywhere, anytime. All you need to do is give yourself that moment to be comfortable, tune into your heart center, and simply let go.